Number 270 in the indicator range is Sword of Sherwood from 1960, directed by the always awesome Terence Fisher. This movie stars Robert Greene as Robin Hood, and of course the always wonderful Peter Cushing as the Sheriff of Nottingham. Now, we kind of jump straight into this. There's no need to introduce any of the characters. We all know the Robin Hood story, and I appreciate that we don't have any preamble or set up to that. We just jump straight into the story. The sheriff's men are chasing somebody. As he gets close to the forest, they shoot him, but they're afraid to go into the forest because, well, Robin Hood and his merry band of killers are there waiting to send them to heaven as quickly as they could be sent there. And Robin kind of tries to heal this man, discovers some strange information, and it becomes a little bit of a procedural for a while.
Why, Bawtry. Little town on a hill, that's all Bawtry is.
I don't know why, but I'm going there to try to find out.
You know, he's trying to figure out what exactly this man was doing, what was he trying to aid, and why was the sheriff's men after him. And of course you get some wonderful sequences as he's introduced to Maid Marian, as we get Peter Cushing, the sheriff, talking to Robin, trying to capture him as many ways as possible. But we get Robin investigating. We get him exploring the land, looking for clues, trying to figure out what was going on, bumping into good old Friar Tuck, whom he has a little bit of banter with before continuing on his mission.
Now you're too fat, not me.
And this is where the movie really kicks off at this point. Roughly about 20 minutes in, where Robin is picked up by a affluent man who has been travelling around looking for the perfect marksman. And Robin has shown his skills and he kind of hires him, not realising who he is. And that gives Robin more information. There is to be an assassination attempt on someone, someone high-ranking, someone that could only help to benefit the rich and the Sheriff of Nottingham, and subjugate the poor even further.
If you can shoot a hawk high up in the sun, you'll be well able to shoot a man.
That depends.
And then we get the rest of the movie, which I won't spoil for you. It's one of those kind of fun throwaway films. It doesn't offer much to add to the Robin Hood story. It just uses these characters in a kind of different way that I appreciated. And it's one of those movies where it feels like a lot of the time when they're just sitting around the campfires, when they're in buildings or whatever, it just feels very set-like. It has that produced way of feeling like someone's just constructed this, you know, to throw some hay here, that'll look well used. You know, you feel afraid when they lean against a rock because it could just fall over at any point. It's just a kind of fun sense to it, and that's not detrimental to the movie. That's something that I kind of like, these easy to spot fake sets that look as if they've had a good bit of craftsmanship put into them, but you can still tell that they're not entirely realistic.
I have the sheriff's word you'll not be harmed.
I know what the sheriff's word is worth. I've had dealings with him before. May I sit down?
I think Richard Greene gives a good performance as Robin, and I do like the fact that it feels a little bit like a procedural to start with. He's trying to uncover information. He's trying to dig into the plot. Now, he discovers the information just by coincidence because we need to get the story moved on forward. You know, it's an 80-minute movie. We need to get to the end as quickly as possible. But they do it by building up some tense sequences. There's a moment where Robin is recognised and he's stuck in a tight situation, having to escape. We ultimately know what's going to happen, but it does create a little bit of tense, exciting moments as he struggles to get out of that scenario.
My Lord Newark.
Robin Hood.
You do feel a good bit of weight on the character who's to be assassinated. You feel like this is a sort of secondary character who could easily be taken out at some point. So there is a little bit of weight on that person and their possible demise. Even at the end, as we get to the final fight, it's a kind of weird and unusual setting for it, which I kind of liked. I appreciated that. I'm trying to be a little bit aloof there and not give away too much information about the finale. There is a couple of things that just kind of irk me about these movies, and it's just products of the times, and it's just a shorthand into who's evil, and that is the fact that they all carry these medallions, these clues that they are part of a sect, part of a cult that is looking to better themselves. So we know who the bad guys are. But in the quiet moments, in the times where they are alone and it's only us, the viewers, that are watching them, for no reason whatsoever, they'll take out these medallions, look at them, make an evil face as the camera pushes in, and that's it. It's just so we know quickly who is not to be trusted and who possibly may be able to be trusted. Sword of Sherwood was a kind of fun Robin Hood. Like I said, I like the fact that they change things around a little bit and make it a little bit different by having our characters kind of separated, investigating certain aspects and trying to figure out what's the grander picture. I think Peter Cushing is almost a little bit wasted in the role as the sheriff. He pops up here and there, and when he pops up, he's good, but I feel he's underutilised for an actor of that pedigree. I love the production standards, and I think Terence Fisher, as usual, leads a steady hand to the directing. I'm looking forward to moving on to the second film in this set, which is a challenge for Robin Hood. One I can't say that I really remember. Hopefully it'll be as fun as this one was. I'd say, yep, if you're a Hammer fan or a Robin Hood fan, definitely worth picking up. I would love to know your thoughts on the Sword of Sherwood. Let me know in the comment box below. While you're down there, hit the like button because it really helps these videos. There's more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff, and in the description box below are links to the Patreon, the membership program, and manvfilm.com. All ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Man v Film.